Hi, I'm Marta. I am a second-year PhD candidate at the University of Grenoble in France and the University of Tasmania in Australia. And my PhD is a joint degree because it's part of the AUFRANDE scholarship and co-funded by the European Union. And I study snow on Antarctic sea ice. This is why at the moment you see me neither in Australia or in France, but on a Chinese research vessel on an expedition in Antarctica, in the Ross Sea. And sea ice is frozen seawater that forms on top of the ocean throughout the autumn season, and this is why it is extremely interesting to be here at the moment and witness the different growth stage of life. Sea ice is developing in both the polar region, Arctic and Antarctic, but it plays a crucial role in many stories, not only in the local but in the global eco and geosystem. For instance, it acts as a protective blanket, shielding the ice shelves from the oceanic forcing, for instance, oceanic waves. And with its process of growth and melt, it impacts the salinity and density of the seawater, therefore having a huge impact on oceanic currents. It is also a source of nutrients for phytoplankton that are therefore a source of food web for penguins, whales, and other megafauna. And very importantly, sea ice is white and bright, and therefore it bounces back to space most of the solar radiation, which helps keeping the planet cool. And if sea ice melts more than usual, then we have wider, darker spot of ocean absorbing more solar radiation and therefore increasing global warming. On a daily basis, I'm not here unfortunately, but I'm sitting behind a computer analyzing satellite data. Satellites are extremely powerful for us because they've been in space observing our planet since the late 70s. So we can have continuous data, develop climatology, and hopefully inform better the climate models. So the focus in the fourth chapter of the thesis was the sea ice concentration. That is a parameter fundamental for determining the sea ice extent and informing climate models. And to do so, I analyzed the physical changes that happen in the sea ice and how they impact the signature that we see in remote sensing. But we have huge errors because we are observing from very far away, very big distances. So it's very important that we come here to see on a smaller scale these processes happening and understand better how they impact the signature we see from space. And this is why we deploy some buoys that will follow the sea ice movements and dynamics throughout the season. And hopefully in the next video I will be able to tell you a positive story of how this will help us from a similarly beautiful place.